Hello again, YouTube. This is not technically an episode of Basic Japanese for people as lazy as me, but it's got something to do with it. So check it out. I often get asked by people like, which should I start learning first? Or should I not learn such and forth or some other such bollocks? When they're talking about hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And the truth is, you should learn them all. All of them. Done. Like, you're gonna have to learn hiragana and katakana before you learn kanji, because kanji is based, like, you have to be able to say those things and write them in hiragana and or katakana. There is a bug on my iPad. But, like, the important bit about it is that everyday stuff anywhere in Japan is written in all three. And it's, like, an interesting thing, because people ask me, oh, well, why do we have katakana when we've got hiragana and we can represent all the sounds that way? And the difference there is, like, hiragana is used for Japanese words that are in Japanese. Whereas katakana is used for words that are taken from other languages, foreign words that have to be approximated because they don't have the correct sounds in Japanese, kind of thing. So, like, if you wanted to write a word in English in Japanese, like hamburger, the word that they use for hamburger here is hambagu, because that's the closest sounds that they've got. Because it's a foreign borrowed word, like much in English, for instance, we've got words like croissant and sushi and that kind of crud. It's borrowed from other languages. We are able to write it in, our Western script because we have all the, correct letters to make those kind of sounds. Unless we get into things like Nordic and all that, where they've got umlauts and junk, at which point we have to borrow the umlauts from people like, Germany and all of that. It's the same thing with these ones. So katakana is used for foreign words, or words that just don't exist in Japanese. So for instance, if I wanted to say the word pizza, in English it'd be pizza. Pizza. You could, maybe, if you felt like it, write it in hiragana, like this. Pizza. But that doesn't really do, it credit, because nobody will know what you're talking about. In fact, the word pizza is pronounced pizza in Japanese, and is written in katakana. Pizza. Pizza. You use the same thing for, the place called Pisa in Italy and all of that. But, for instance, if I wanted to get fried octopus balls, like you get at all the, festivals and stuff all over the place, you could try to go, octopus boru. But why would you do that? Instead, you use the Japanese word takoyaki, which you can very well write ta-ko-ya-ki. But why would you? It's a Japanese word, and you write it in hiragana. Ta-ko-ya-ki. You'll see this one way before you see this one. So, And you'll get things like, why should I use kanji when I can just use hiragana? And the answer to that lies, I don't actually know all the kanji for this example, but I'm just going to tell you. The word kakeru is a verb that means one of about 150 different things. Kakeru could be to put on your glasses. Megane wo kakeru, putting on glasses. Or it could be to wager, like to bet on something. So you could be like, burakujaku ni kakeru, to bet on blackjack. Or it could mean to hang something on a wall. So like hanging a picture on a wall would be like, e o kakeru, to hang a picture up. Or it could mean to take off running. Kare ga kaketa, like bang, just started running, he started running, that kind of thing. All of those are read exactly the same way, spelled exactly the same way in hiragana. But if you use kanji, then you'll be able to decide, or you'll be able to tell which one is being used without having to be like, well, what the hell, and I don't understand, and which one do you mean, and you don't even have to use the context, because the kanji is there to tell you. Like, and kakeru again has, 15 or 16 different definitions to it that I don't even remember. And then the other thing about it is when you get into, like, kanji compounds, kanji all have different readings to them. So, like, for instance, the one for tall is like this. Takai is written taka, and then you'll put this little dot here for this thing. You'll understand that later. But it's also written ko. And you'll see why I have these two things written here. The Japanese, like specifically Japanese one kanji word for this is takai, which if you wrote it this way, you'd actually have to write it takai, which is the adjective tall. But if you're using a two kanji compound, then it has to use the sort of almost Chinese version of the pronunciation, which is ko. For instance, if you wanted to say high school, you would say ko being like school. Ko. High school. Ko. You can't say taka-ko, because no one will understand what you're saying and they'll think that you're dumb. So, but then, there's a bunch of other things that are pronounced ko as well. So, you could put any other sort of thing in there. I can't think of a good example right now, but, the word ko, if I just said ko, yeah, it means high school, but it could also mean any manner of other things. And the way that you write it is what will tell you what it means. So, that's the reason that all of these are so super important. It's not very much like the difference between, uppercase and lowercase in English, because you can write anything in both of those and it will still make the same thing. But, the word for ferret, for instance, itachi, is a Japanese word. And so you write it in hiragana, unless you're watching Naruto, at which point it's a person's name, and you write it in katakana. I don't know why, it's because Naruto does weird stuff like that. But that's basically how this thing goes. You have to know all of them in order to functionally, speak and read and listen to and write this language. They're all super important. So, if you're going to ask me, which one should I learn, I will tell you, yes. All of them. Go. I hope this has been sort of enlightening. I will see you guys later. Bye.